Hi, I'm Cheryl. I'm trying a little different format in my videos. I'm skipping over. I usually go through everything that I've used to make the card, but I'm going to just I'm going to skip over that part and just get right into the card making. And be sure you let me know down below in the comments if you prefer it that way, or if you like to see everything I'm using before I get started, or if you're the type that likes to just jump right into the card. So I'm going to show you how I made this this birthday card. Of course, you could make it anything you want and substitute something else. And on the inside it just says it's your day. So let's jump right into the card. So I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock here, and this is 4 1/8 by 3 1/4, and everything's going to be listed down below. So don't get too crazy about writing any of this stuff down. And I'm going to start out with some Soft Sky ink, and I have the Small Daisy from Daisy Delight, the Daisy Delight stamp set, and that's available as a bundle. You can get the the punch and the stamp, and I'm just going to, with this Soft Sky, I'm going to randomly stamp a bunch of these daisies just in the top, like half of my card. Okay, and then I have the fill-in stamp also on the other side. I'll ink that up with the Soft Sky. I'm going to stamp it off so it's not so dark. And then I'll stamp, oh, I got like nothing on that one. Stamp it off, and so it's just a lighter shade of the Soft Sky over each of these daisies. And polymer stamps are nice because you can see down through them and line up pretty well. And then I have this little sprig of, I don't know what they are, but they're right here on the stamp set. And I'm going to fill in a little bit with those in between my flowers. Now there's a stem that goes with these also, but I'm not going to use that. Let's see, maybe some over here. I'm just going to take a blender pen, and I've squeezed out, if you just go like this with your stamp, your Stampin' Up pad, just squeeze it, you'll get a nice little pool of ink on the top of the thing, becomes a palette. And I have my blender pen, and I'm just going to pick up just a little bit of that Soft Sky ink and just make myself some stems here. And it's just a quick little swipe. And also for my flowers, I'm going to give my flowers little stems. See, that one needs a stem. Give a little stem on that one. Oh, missed a couple of those little funny things, whatever they are. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Pear Pizzaz ink. And I'm going to do the same thing. Before I even open it, I'm going to squeeze out some ink on my palette, so because I know I'm going to use it. So back to the outline daisy. And I'm just going to start putting that daisy in. Let's see, it's about, down, I guess about a third of the way from the top here. I'm just going to put some of those in. Just random. Okay. Then I'll switch over to my fill-in side. And the same as I did with the soft sky, I'm going to stamp that off and stamp them over the top, so it's just a light color. In those. Okay. And as with the other ones, I'm going, oh, I didn't do my little fill-in flowers. My little fill-in things, whatever these are. So I have to do a few of those anyway. Okay. Maybe some more there. Switch to my palette with my Pear Pizzaz, and let me scribble off so there's none of the soft sky left on there, and I give these some stems also. Okay, now, before I stamp with my next was going to be, I'm going to be using my Memento black, the Tuxedo black. Before I do that, I have some blending I want to do. I want to do some sponging on this. So, I'm going to bring back in my soft sky. And I'm using a makeup sponge. I found these at a really good price on Amazon. I'll give you the link down below where I found them. And these just work wonderfully. They've got a nice small pour to them. I'm just going to very lightly over top of the parts that I stamped with soft sky. I'll put this soft sky. Okay, then I'm just gonna dab this off because soft sky is such a light color. I can go right to my Pear Pizzaz. I'm going to use Pear Pizzaz next, and guess what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to do some sponging over the sections where I had my Pear Pizzaz flowers and take it all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, these makeup sponges just work a treat. They're just wonderful. Bring some up here. There we go. So this is how it looks so far. Okay. So next we go to our Tuxedo black, and I need something to wipe off this stamp because it's got, there we go. Let me wipe this stamp off because I don't want to get any of that in with my Memento ink. And get that inked up well. We're just going to add these black flowers down here. Oh, oh boy, that one didn't stamp right. There we go. Let's see here. We'll put one at an angle here, and I'll put a couple over here. Like so. And we'll add some of these little filler flower. I guess that's what you call them. They look almost like little weed things. Let's see, we'll put one here, like that. We'll put a couple down in here, like so. One over on the side here. Okay, and that's how it looks so far. And we need some little stems on that. So I have my Stampin' Right marker in the black, and I'll use that. You could use a Sharpie if you wanted to also. And so for the stems of the daisy, I'm going to use the painterly side, the paint side, and that's got the tip on it that looks like this. So just draw those stems right down to the bottom. Go all the way. And then I'm going to use the little tiny side for these little sprays of whatever these are. Filler flowers. You always get some filler flowers in your bouquets, right? Okay, so there we go. We've got that part done already. You see? Okay. Next, I'm going to want to stamp my card base, and this is Whisper White, and it's a regular A2 size piece of paper. Let me clean this up so I don't get any of this other ink on it. And I already did. I see on the back, you see. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to use my mini Misti, and I've already got my stamps in position. This one is for the inside of the card. This is for the bottom of the card. I'm going to be stamping them in the Memento ink, and I used from Endless Birthdays. I used Happy, and where did it go? Birthday. So I used Happy Birthday from Endless Birthday Wishes. And what did I use on the inside? It's Your Day. Right there. And this is from the Happy Birthday Gorgeous stamp set. So I'm going to do the inside of the card first, I believe. I do that first. And put my magnets down on here. And because I'm using the photopolymer, I have my little pad inside here, inside the Misti Mate, or the Misti Mate, the mini Misti. The Misti Mate is a device that they came out with years ago. That you can put cooking oil of your choice in it and have a sprayer. Oh, I have to move that. And there we go. I hope that's a good impression. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, we can go on to the outside of the outside of the card on the front. And I'm going to clean up this stamp. Matter of fact, I take that stamp off now. Let me do that. I'll just clean the window up a little bit. And I've got my Happy Birthday already lined up here. And this has a grid work etched into the top. So you can place your stamp where you want it, and then you can double check and make sure it's good with using the grid. Okay, so there we go. And like I said when I first started out the video, you could make this happy anniversary, happy birthday, missing you, I mean just about anything you wanted. I use a lot of birthday cards, it seems, so I tend to make birthday cards. If I'm not sure what I want to do with the card, make it a birthday card, and I can put that stuff aside now. And I have my Happy Birthday stamped here on my card front. And this is going to be double matted. I have a piece of basic black cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 3 3/8. So it's just, there's just going to be a 1/16 of a inch border around the edge of the card of our thing that we stamped and sponged. And I wanted to talk about when I was cutting this out, I noticed that my cutting blade was starting to get dull. And you can extend I don't know if you noticed, you can extend the life of your cutting blades. Just pull it out and turn it around and put it back in. Because if you're like me, you probably cut in one direction like 99% of the time. And then that way you can use the other side of the blade. Now, you probably, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't really see this, but I can see little fuzzy edges. So all you need to do is take an emery board and you can just file those little fuzzy edges off. Yep, if you have some decent cardstock, you can do that. Probably not so good on just regular paper, but for cardstock you can. So I'm going to use my snail. Do I want my snail? You know what? A little border like that calls for Tombow. That will give me a little bit of extra time to put this into position. If I use the snail, it might not be so good. So, there we go. So that's adhered down. And then I have a piece here, Pear Pizzaz, and that's 4 3/8 by 3 1/2. And that's another little itty bitty border. You see? Just a tiny little border. So once again, I'm going to use my Tombow. Put that on the back of the basic black. Adhere that and get that centered. Just that little bit of the Pear Pizzaz showing. And then I'm going to put it on the card front. I'm going to pop it up with Dimensionals. Let's see, where did my Dimensionals get to? I know it, up there they are. So let me get some of those on there. So seriously everybody, if you really hate that I don't show everything, then please let me know in the comments. And if you like it better that just jumping right into the card, then let me know that too. For me, it really doesn't matter to me either way. Although sometimes I catch that I've forgotten to get something out that I need for the card when I'm going through the materials. But most of the time it's just a little extra something. And since I list everything below in the video here, then it shouldn't be a problem. Now I have this, I put this down. Again, I just left that little bit of a border at the top and then centered it side to side. So you'll have about 1/4 of an inch. A 1/4 of an inch, maybe more. It's up, yep, it's about 3/8 of an inch on each side. And then just that little tiny border showing at the top. And that's the card. Now, if you wanted to, I guess you could jazz it up a little bit, throw some rhinestones or sequins in there, or on the bottom here if you have if you use a shorter sentiment. But I think it's just lovely, just the way it is. Sometimes you don't need all that bling. So, if you've liked this video, then be sure to hit the like button down below. If you want to see more, then hit the subscribe button. And if there are any Stampin' Up! Products that you'd like to purchase that I've shown in this video today, then you can do that through my Facebook page or my website, and they're listed below too. And I'll have all of my things I've used, all the products I used today listed below, and the dimensions of the cardstocks that I've cut. So y'all take care, stay safe, and happy stamping.